My name is Adriana Zarzu. I was born and raised in Romania, which is located in the eastern part of Europe, and now I live in Sacramento, California. I am a self-taught classical soprano singer with a degree in arts and science, but currently I am advancing my music career in Sacramento, California. Music has always been a part of my life, and since I was a child, I was involved in school plays and musical theater and also gymnastics. I absolutely love singing, especially classical music. I sing because it makes me happy. I feel that I can express myself. It's like the perfect balance between life, strength, and courage. A few years ago, I lived in Vienna, Austria, and I had the opportunity to sing with a small orchestra with one of my good friends and musician, Professor Renate Spitzner, and her son, Gerald. They're absolutely fantastic musicians, and I was amazed and had a great opportunity to be a part of their special events. I would like to thank the classical music progressive musicians for allowing me to be a part of this amazing singing audition.
And we're very delighted to have with us in the studio one of the performers at the gala, and it's Adriana Zarzu. Adriana, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Adriana, you were born in Romania, but are now living in California. How long were you living in Romania before you moved to California?
I moved to USA about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a teenager when I moved to USA.
I see. Now, you are a classical soprano, and I understand that you are self-taught. Now, how did that work? How did you manage to teach yourself to be a wonderful soprano?
I was just watching videos on YouTube and trying to sing along with the others professional singers. One of them was Sarah Brightman. Then I switched to Maria Callas and Ingeborg Hallstein, and I was trying to see if I can sing what they sing. So, yeah.
And do you have a teacher now?
I do. I started taking vocal lessons not too long ago. I would say probably 8 months ago, maybe once a month. Yes.
I see. Now, so you pretty much taught yourself how to sing.
Yes.
And when you started taking lessons from a singing teacher, did that singing teacher try to change anything, or did you just keep developing what you had already had?
I'm concentrating. They were trying to help with the breathing technique, and pretty much the breathing technique and how to kind of do the intonation of the aria or of the particular song. Yes.
Yes. One thing I've noticed about opera singers is that they tend to have a teacher for their whole career, which is different than just about any other instrument. Do you think you'll have your teacher or a teachers for while you're still developing?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I see. And you also are, I understand, volunteering to help special needs kids. How did you get attracted to doing that?
I did. When I lived in Austria, I was working with one of the small performing philharmonic orchestra, and one of the violinists, she was actually one of my good friends. So we were going from like in church communities and to the orphanages, and we were just singing. She was playing the violins and the piano, and I was just helping with everything that they needed with.
Right, and you're still doing that volunteer work, I understand.
I do sometimes, yes.
Mm-hmm. And how long were you in Vienna?
I lived in Vienna 3 years.
I see. And now you're living in California. And just if I may ask, what piece will you be performing at the gala?
I will be performing La Wally Neander Lantana by Alfredo Catalani.
I see. Well, we're very delighted to have you, Adriana, as our guest. We're all very much looking forward to your performance tomorrow at the gala, and we wish you the best of luck in everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we're very delighted to have with us in the studio Yung-Hsuan Lee, who is here with her teacher, Victoria Holmes. Ladies, welcome to our studio. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you. Glad it's a pleasure for us. Yes.
And Yung-Hsuan Lee, can you tell me what piece you'll be performing at the gala?
We perform Aspirations from Verdi.
Oh, yes, that's a wonderful piece. And how long have you been studying?
Went to Amsterdam and Paris.
Really? That's wonderful. And Victoria, how long have you been her teacher?
I think since when she was second grade, and now she is a fifth grade. So yeah, about 3 years.
I see. What kind of repertoire is she working on now?
Now several, because she's not only the classical type of favorite kid. She also do K-pop. She's also a dance, like hip hop. So currently we are working on. She has been performing Chacun de Sait from the opera. What's the opera? And also the doll song.
I see. And you're studying. I understand you won a prize. She won a prize in Amsterdam, if I have it right. Just last year in July. What was that? Was that a competition in at the Concertgebouw?
Yes.
And what piece did you play for that?
Aspirations.
Well, and if I can ask, what are your future goals? What would you like to do when you get a little bit older? Do you have any other big pieces that you'd like to play, or any places you'd like to go? What are your future plans? I know it's a difficult question for a young person, but what are your goals for the future?
The Queen of the Night.
I see. Okay. That's wonderful. It's a wonderful piece. A good aspiration. Thank you very much. Well, ladies, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to visit our studio, and we're looking forward to the performance, and we wish you both the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're very delighted to have with us in the studio two wonderful young ladies, the opera singer Courtney Daniels and a pianist Narmina Sultanova. And Courtney, you were born in Washington, D.C., but you live now in California. Is that right?
That's correct.
And Narmina, you were from Azerbaijan, but you Azerbaijan, if I can get that right.
It's yes, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan.
Mm-hmm.
But you also live in California now. You ladies obviously met in California. How did you meet?
I was actually preparing a different program, and I asked Narmina to play, and then we started coaching together, and we both shared a love of romantic music, especially a lot of the Russian pieces. So we do a lot of Rachmaninoff, Tchaikovsky, and who better to coach Russian pieces than a Russian pianist, right?
Yeah.
So, Courtney, then you're conversant in the Russian operatic literature.
Yes, it's been a newer project for us over the last 2 years. Before that, I did a lot more of the typical Italian and French arias. And
have you become fluent in Russian, or just have you learned how to pronounce it?
Oh, she's so much better than she was used to be. Yeah.
A little conversational, but I would certainly like to become fluent.
I see. And have you been performing in public together?
Yes, we did. Yes.
Yes, wonderful. And what piece will you be playing at the gala?
Yeah, we're actually doing a different piece. It's not Russian, it's a Polish piece.
Yeah, it's Holka's aria from the opera Holka, which is probably the most famous Polish opera. It's by Stanislaw Moniuszko. It's a beautiful piece. I'm really excited to sing it, especially because a lot of people aren't aware of this sort of repertoire, so it'll be nice to give them that sort of exposure to such beautiful music.
Courtney, you won the gold medal in the classical vocal division at the World Classical Music Competition. Where was that?
It was held online because of the pandemic, but funny enough, I won with another Polish piece by the same composer.
I see. And Narmina, you made your orchestral debut. Did I read this correctly? At the age of 14, playing the Rachmaninoff Second?
That's right. That's correct. Yes.
I see.
Orchestral debut. Yes. It's one of my absolutely favorite pieces.
Yeah, mine too.
And still, after so many years. Yeah.
Right. Now, we hear of 14-year-olds playing Mozart concertos and maybe the Grieg concerto, but we don't hear too often about a 14-year-old playing Rachmaninoff. So,
well, I guess it's a passion. It was passion from the very early age. I was born into the music family professionals, and I was hearing music from day one. But and this was probably one of the pieces which has been played in my house very often, and it was probably it was in my blood already. So I was ready by 14. Okay, I have to do it.
There's a story about Rachmaninoff being hypnotized. I'm sure you've heard that story.
Hypnotized by?
Well, it's a story about he had writer's block, and as the story goes, he went to a friend who was a hypnotist and said, "You will write a concerto." It's actually not a true story, but never mind.
That's funny.
Now, Dr. Sultanova, you are addressed as doctor. It says here in your background. Where did you get your doctorate, and what are you a heart surgeon or?
DMA. That's yes, music arts. So I'm holding bachelor's degrees from two different universities. One is in Azerbaijan, Baku Academy of Music, and the other one is the Bilkent University. It's in Turkey as well. And then I continue my education with pursuing a master's and doctorate degree in Azerbaijan.
And what areas of study have you pursued to get these degrees? I know it's music, but what?
Performance, all piano performance and pedagogy. So.
And you're now living in California. What are you doing in California? Are you performing?
I perform and I teach. I have a piano studio, and I also have I work at the college teaching piano, and also I'm there accompanist. I do what I learned.
At which college is that?
Cosumnes River College. That's where I teach. It's in California, Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you're so close to that keyboard. I'm so tempted to ask you to turn around and play something. You're inches from the.
At the gala, please. At the gala, yes, I would be happy to do it at the gala.
Right. We'll wait for the gala. And, well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk. You both have wonderful careers that you're behind you and I'm sure ahead of you. And we appreciate your time. And we're very much looking forward to what I know is going to be an exquisite performance on Tuesday.
We're very excited about that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
No matter where you are or who you are, music connects us all. We started with a dream, but now we are paving the future. Welcome to the Sound Expressiva Global Competition. Fully virtual, yet bringing musicians closer together than ever before, now on a global scale. True live, inclusivity, diversity, connection, community, an extraordinary array of judges. Get noticed by companies all over the world. Prizes, scholarships, performance opportunities. Apply to be a part of the most exciting congregation of artists like nothing you've ever seen before. We guarantee quality and leave no musician behind. We can't wait to hear you on the virtual stage.